Adult 4, Unit 8B, Gerunds and Infinitives. Possibly the most frustrating thing about learning English is gerunds and infinitives. Let's study it together. So, first, we have a gerund. What is a gerund? Gerund is the verb with ing. Example, I'm not very good at remembering names. Katie's given up eating junk food. So not I'm not very good at remember names. I'm not very good at remembering names. Gerund is not a tense. It's not a time. It's a form of the verb. And here, is it the first verb in the sentence? No, it's not. This is an extra part. We use the gerund, the verb plus ing, in these circumstances. One, after prepositions and phrasal verbs, like given up, every phrasal verb finishes with a preposition. So that's good to remember. That's gerund. If it's the subject of a sentence, like driving at night is very tiring, shopping is my favorite thing to do on weekends, it's gerund. And also after some verbs, like hate, spend, and don't mind. Other verbs here in this list. And importantly, all phrasal verbs, like give up, go on, go out. The negative of the gerund is not an ing. So not very good at not remembering, not eating. Okay? This is different to the infinitive. The concept is very similar. The infinitive is this to form. My apartment is very easy to find. Simon is saving money to buy a new car. My sister has never learned to drive. So the situation is similar. The second verb in the sentence. It's not giving time. It's not giving us the tense. This is a form of the verb. But gerund was prepositions, subjects of the sentence, and after some verbs. Infinitive is after adjectives like easy, or to express a reason. Simon is saving money. Why? To buy a new car. That's the reason. And finally, after some verbs. This is the frustrating part because after some verbs, it's gerund, and after some verbs, it's infinitive, and there is no clear rule why. I'm sorry, but this is the problem with gerunds and infinitives. Here are some verbs that take the infinitive: can't afford, agree, decide, expect. But this is not something that you learn one by one. This is something you learn naturally through reading and listening. Okay? So if you find this frustrating, it's frustrating. But this is not something you learn. Is it verb infinitive? Is it verb gerund? That's something you pick up naturally through reading and listening in English. So if this is difficult for you, try some more reading, try some more listening in English, and it comes step by step. The infinitive, the negative of the infinitive is not to. The famous example, to be, infinitive, or not to be, negative infinitive. And more verbs, things to remember. More verbs take the infinitive than the gerund. So if you are in an exam situation and you just don't know, is it infinitive, is it gerund? Go for infinitive because the more verbs take the infinitive. If it's a phrasal verb, remember, it's gerund 100% of the time. These common verbs can take either the infinitive or gerund, like start, begin, and continue. So it started to rain and it started raining is the same. It's the same. Okay. We also use the infinitive after some verbs, for example, ask, tell, want, or would like. For example, can you ask the manager to come? She told him not to worry. I want you to do this now, and we'd really like you to come. Okay? And finally, a final part that is difficult here, the base form, the third option. Gerunds, infinitives, and base form are your three possible options. Example, I can't drive. Base form is infinitive but with no to. So not I can't to drive. No, I can't drive. We must hurry. We use the base form after most modal and auxiliary verbs, like can't and must. I can't play today. I can't go out later. This is base form. And we must hurry. We must go. We must listen. She always makes me laugh. So here are two verbs, make and let. And these verbs use base form. All the other verbs use maybe infinitive, maybe gerund. Make and let use base form. Let me do this. Let me go first. It always makes me laugh. The movie makes me smile. Not makes me to smile or makes me smiling. Just makes me smile. And finally, there are some verbs that can take gerund or infinitive, but it changes the meaning. For example, try to be on time is make an effort to be on time. Try and infinitive, that's make an effort. Try doing yoga. This is try like sample or test. And here, try is gerund. Do it to see if you like it. Remember to call him is like a reminder. A reminder. Don't forget to do it. But I remember meeting him. Remember and gerund is about memories. I remember meeting him and remember to call him. Remind me later. That's difficult. This is difficult. But unit level 5, level 6 will continue with this. But we need to introduce the gerund and infinitive concept in more detail here, because in level 5 and level 6, you study it more. So here are some practice questions. Circle the correct form. For example, I'm in charge of recruiting new staff. Why? Preposition. Preposition and gerund. Pause and complete 10 questions. Okay, number 1, it's important for me to spend time with my family. Important is an adjective, infinitive. 2, applying for a job can be complicated. It's used as the subject of the sentence. Subject of the sentence is gerund. Number 3, the manager asked me not to say anything about the downsizing. The ask to do, ask not to do, it's a verb that takes infinitive. So asked. Number 4, my boss wants me to start work earlier. Why? Because verb, want, and want with infinitive. I want to go out. I want to learn English. I want to do this. My boss wants me to do this. Number 5, be careful not to ask her about her boyfriend. They broke up. Why? Careful is an adjective. Adjectives and infinitive. Careful not to ask her. 6, We kept working until we finished. Gerund. Why? Because keep is with gerund. That's a verb that takes gerund. We keep doing something until we get tired. 7. Dave is very good at solving. Why? Preposition. At. Preposition and gerund. I'm very good at doing puzzles. I'm very good at speaking English. 8. The best thing about weekends is not going to work. Gerund. Why? Because it's the subject. The best thing about weekends is not going to work. 9. Layla gave up modeling when she had a baby. Why? Phrasal verb. Phrasal verbs finish with prepositions. Preposition, always gerund. Gave up modeling when she had a baby. She gave up studying to focus on her free time. She gave up smoking because it was bad for her. 10. I took a training course to learn about the new software. Why? A reason. I took the training course. Why? To learn about the new software. Infinitive. Okay. Part B, we complete with a verb from the list and we have to write it in the correct form. Is it gerund, infinitive, or base form? For example, I'd like to set up my own company. Yeah. Pause and complete 9 questions. Okay, let's check. My parents are planning to retire. In English, we plan to do things. Plan and infinitive. My parents are planning to retire before they are 65. Number 2, Rob spends 3 hours commuting. In English, we spend time doing something. Spend and gerund. Spend time commuting. Spend time playing video games. Spend time watching TV. Spend money. Sorry, that's a different example. Spend time with ing. 3. Mark's wife told him about the problems he had at work. Mark's wife told him not to worry. Okay, told him not to worry. That's negative infinitive. Did you remember to lock the door? Remember, remember is a verb that sometimes is infinitive and sometimes is gerund. It's gerund when it's a memory, but is this a memory? No, it's a reminder. A reminder is infinitive. Did you remember to lock the door? Number 5, I decided the shoes because they were expensive. Decide is with infinitive, and this is negative, so not to buy. I decided not to buy the shoes because they were expensive. Number 6, the manager lets us leave. Base form. Let is one of the 2 verbs with base form. The manager lets us leave early on Fridays. Number 7, all employees must wear a jacket and tie at work. Base form again. Here, because of the auxiliary, the modal here, all employees must wear. 8, please try. Any more mistakes in the report? This is try, not like sampling, not like tasting for the first time. This is try as in make an effort. And so it's try with infinitive. Make an effort is the infinitive. And finally, number nine, I don't mind overtime during the week. I don't mind. This is a set phrase with the gerund. I don't mind working overtime during the week. So this is difficult and this takes practice, but it also takes general English practice with reading and listening. When native English speakers study English, we don't check which verbs are gerund and which verbs are infinitives. We don't keep different lists. It's not how anybody learns English. It's good to know that this is the system. That's why we practice like this. But to really understand this, it takes practice and it takes practice with reading and listening too. So I know it's very easy to be frustrated about this grammar specifically because it's complicated. But you have to take the bigger picture here. Understand the concept with grammar, but it's going to take more practice until you feel good with this. So good luck. You made a good step getting to the end of this video, and it's worth it when you get there. See you next time.